did not just do that.
I just totally did that.
Today it's just Dev and I. It is in the 20s out there. Eden joined us. This was probably the hardest day to get up and work out. Yesterday it was kind of a hard day, so emotionally. And it's hard to kind of keep trucking through life when those things happen. At the same time, sometimes it's good to just keep going.
The kids are heading to the grocery store because they're doing their Hebrew lesson there today.
She's supposed to give us the grocery list that's written in Hebrew, so we have to know the words in Hebrew, and then whoever gets back first with it wins.
And by wins, we'll probably get like jelly beans or some crap like that. It's poisoning my children, but it's for the greater good.
To our counseling appointment, but before that we're gonna get some lunch.
So you know it's a good sign when the chefs are eating at the buffet themselves. Good, good. You make the food? Yeah. Okay. It's very good, thank you. What's your favorite thing on here?
This fried bread into this creamy goodness.
This is the best piece of cauliflower you'll ever have in your life. First of all, it's deep fried.
Yeah.
Second of all, it has mango chutney and like this green onion chutney. Look at that.
Really good.
That's funny. That's you guys' Indian shows?
Yeah.
You guys like...
It's an old song. Like,
oh, that's the music we're listening to?
yeah.
Oh.
It's on the YouTube.
That's awesome. They call it that. We call them soggy French toast balls because they are like soggy French toast balls.
The people who own this Indian place told us they watched that vlog where we showed their restaurant, and so they gave us $4 off of our meal.
So we're classifying that as one of our primary income sources for our vlog now. We are at our counseling office 8 minutes early. This has never happened before. Post-counseling bubble tea session. Whatever we just learned in the last hour and a half was a really big game changer for us. Our counselor broke down this scenario, this dynamic that's occurred with us, where if you picture relationships like this, there's a line in the center. For whatever reason, people around us have acted like children, not in a derogatory way, some people, but we've attracted some of these people, and it's more like a dependent or helpless type of way, and sometimes it's not even how they act, it's just how we see them. And anyways, when they compensate this way, in this circle, they go like this way, we have compensated by acting more like a parent this way to even it out. This, by the way, was all like meaning well. It's like you spot someone who has less money than you or wants you to help them out and do something, and you think, oh, I can do that. I have money. Let me do that for you, or let me help you out. But it's facilitating to this relationship imbalance that turns people more and more into children and turns us more and more into parent-type figures. People of authority, people of capability. We didn't even know this was happening and come to realize this type of relationship is great for parents and actual children, but terrible for the rest of the world. It's actually like really damaging to relationships, we found, and to the people that we were trying to love, and to ourselves. What our counselor was saying, the trick is when you notice that people are acting more like authoritative, for you to stay the same and just act the way you are, which is really hard. Or when there's people around you that express needs, or when you see gaps that you could fill, it's actually not to necessarily fill all those yourself, but actually to stay the same. And then people start to mature, like this type of way. I'm reading into this now, but it's helping them to grow, to get to this, instead of always filling in the gaps.
You even said that.
Oh, you said
but
that?
even like practically speaking, how do you stay like this? It's really hard to just stay like this when you see this gaping need, and it even feels good to fill that need, and it feels like you're being a good Christian.
Yeah, it feels like you're being more generous or more loving or more like Jesus, just to like do the thing that you see needs to be done. A lot of times I think that filling that gap is great in the short term, but it's actually really selfish and damaging.
I think one of the things is when someone does something that they have caused, to not just bail them out. I guess one of the practical ways to stay here. That's really hard too.
Recently, someone in our life got a parking ticket near our house. And I felt like really bad, and we have money, so I was like, I wanted to just like pay for it. And this person was kind of in a hard situation financially, but something felt wrong about it to me. And I realized I felt like I had to be a good Christian or to be a good friend, or because I had money. And that would have been like moving into the parent type role. This is what our counselor was saying. It was like, oh, it's a good thing that you didn't, that you let them suffer the consequences. And we can help them, still grow. We also have to let them experience the consequences of their actions. Anyways, we gotta go back to get our bubble tea. I feel pretty dorky because not only am I wearing toe shoes, but I'm wearing this whole like get up right here that has the drone in it. But it's to get these amazing shots of our city for you guys, to show you how beautiful it is. Okay, this is what they're looking at. That's dizzy looking. I'm pretty excited to see some of this footage. It's like seeing the whole like city from like you're a bird or something. I've been like dreaming of catching that church up there with a drone for like years. I'm just gonna give you a little tiny sneak peek.
This right here is the end of our run. We run around this thing here. Our house is out there, over there. Running. Back to Ben. There he is. Let's go. Woo-hoo.
I do not want to record this right now. We got a comment yesterday. This comment is in response to our last Financial Friday, how much money our vlog makes. I guess I should expect these types of comments around Financial Fridays. Ben's ideology of your income makes me so want to stop people from supporting you financially. When you say stop people from supporting us financially, do you mean like the $150 a month? You have an income coming in from investments. You receive more money from them than is needed to feed and shelter your family. I'm really glad that this comment is posted because I think it's an honest reflection of probably what a lot of people feel. Do you know my ideology? I mean, what ideology are you saying? I'm not entirely sure what you disagree with. We have our needs so taken care of. I don't know if I know anyone that doesn't, actually. I mean, I've met with like homeless people, but even I've never met a homeless people that's starving in America. Once we start saying, okay, here is the list of people that should ask for money or not ask for money, or here is the list of people who are in need and those who are not in need, we get into really slippery territory, I think spiritually, like theologically, of creating categories that I don't really see that like God creates. I'm not saying we need money. These categories are really killing me, and the reason why I'm responding to your comment is I believe deep down that these categories are killing you too. Because then you say, if I was to start sharing my life as a mother and wife via YouTube to the world, should my yearly income triple? I don't believe it should. And not at the expense of the unfortunate families seeking me out for support and help. Why not? What if families want to give you money? What if God wants to give you money through families? I think that there's a way that we tend to see ourselves in regard to finances that says, I don't need help from anyone. That can be a veiled form of pride to say that I'm not going to receive God's blessing or more influence if He decides to give it to me. Sometimes money and these categories, I think, are more distracting than the base issue that lies inside of all of us. All of us need God, and we need human connection to connect with God. Short of that, I don't think anything else really is a need. And if you were paying attention to that vlog, everything that we gave the opportunity to people for, it's actually about a human connection. It's not because we don't need your money, we don't need food, you know, we don't need a more house or anything. But no one that I know spends their money based upon who needs what. Like if you have air conditioning, heat, Starbucks, Netflix, you don't give Netflix your money because they need it, or Starbucks because they need it. This is like not even a consistent way to think, but Christians, for whatever reason, have this other category. So then you say, financial support should go to homelessness, support services, rehabilitation, etc. I know where you're coming from. I mean, maybe the reason why I'm so frustrated is because this is how I used to think, and I spent my entire life pursuing this path. I'm gonna do ministry, and I'm gonna do church, and I'm not even gonna have a mattress. I mean, I've shared this on this vlog. I didn't have a mattress for the first 3 years of our marriage because I thought, I don't need comfort. I should send that to the poor. And it was just laden with guilt. And I was so looking at all the externals because I thought that was the stuff God cared about. And I thought there was a shortage of money on the planet, and every dollar that I took was taken away from someone else. Having money does not solve our problems. It does not make our life better. And it doesn't have the power over me that it used to. Ironically, I think when it had the most power over me was when I didn't have hardly any of it. And I had an incredible pride in that. I was like, I will not accumulate that stuff. I don't need it. I don't want it. I was like anti-business, anti-everything. In fact, that's probably the biggest reason why we talk about money so much on this vlog. It's actually to provide freedom from Christians that are afraid of it, because that's our story. And part of that, for me, has been to be okay with spending it and okay with receiving it, and not find my identity on either side. Either I don't have any or I have a ton, and that makes me awesome. So I don't show you guys our cool crap around here to be like, ha ha ha, like check me out, we've made it. No, it's some of it's kind of embarrassing to show. In fact, you know what? I'm gonna tell you a story right now that's like really embarrassing. Okay, can't believe I'm showing this. This is a guitar that is thousands of dollars. So I bought this as a gift for a friend, and yesterday I got it back because he gave it back to me. Because our friendship is deteriorated and it's complicated. I don't really know the full story, but it sucks. The solution to this problem is not financial. All I can say is, what I sense is that you are giving money more power than it deserves. If you think money is actually gonna stop homeless people from being homeless, if you think money is gonna rehab people, I'm all for like helping the poor, but you guys, these problems and these solutions are far deeper than financial. God has enough money. You know, he can help people, and I think we should spend it well. But I don't have a problem with asking for it anymore, you know? And I don't have a problem with not receiving it. If you guys think you have better places to spend the money, please, please, please do. If you guys send us money, we're gonna be thankful for it. And if God gives us anything, we're gonna be thankful for it. I'm not above it. We got 150 bucks from the O'Brien family in San Diego the other day. I think it's the largest gift our vlog has given. I wanna say thank you to you guys. The reason why I was so hung up on stuff before is I thought God needed my money. The Africans were gonna die if I didn't send my money there. If I didn't work at the church, people were gonna go to hell. That was how I saw the world. Now, I don't believe that anymore. I think God can do it on his own without me. I do think, however, he chooses to use me, and I'm excited and thankful about that, but it really changes this pressure about how I feel like I need to spend my money. And I think he's more concerned about blessing us and giving us rad and awesome things. I mean, you can even read chapter 1 and 2, Genesis in the Garden of Eden. He gave them so much more than they needed at all. He blew them away. I mean, how would it feel like to be like, God, I don't need this, so I want you to take it back. God has given us more kids than we deserve, more money, more friends. I think the posture of a good Christian, if that's your goal, is to like receive it. Sky, if you vlog and people send you money, go out to Red Lobster. Get some fancy ice cream and enjoy it. Like, smile, be happy. Like, it's okay. You don't have to feel guilty. Sorry, you guys. I hope that's not too ranty, but it's late.